I was born in the little town of Olean, New York, Olean. Born in a family of 8. I was 7th of 8. And my dad left home when I was 2 years of age. And so I never knew a dad at home at all. Each family member had to go to work. The oldest one went to work in McCrory's or Wilworth's dime store to help pay the rent and so on. And I hauled a little wagon with groceries from the meat market and grocery store. And so we all learned to work at an early age. And I got up through to high school. I was the first one of the 8 to go through high school. But I really didn't go through high school. I attended and didn't get into any of the debate societies or anything involved in student activities. I went to work in a bowling alley every day at 5 o'clock to set up pins from about 5 to 9. And I got 3 cents a line, took a little money home at the end of the week from mother, maybe $5 or $6. And then after high school, I went to work in the oil fields, became a roughneck, working around the wells, helping put the well in, then helping repair it if it broke down, and had 7 years of good, solid work building up the body. I had to cut down trees for a location in the well. And the war came on, and a lot of my buddies were being drafted in the service, and it was, you talk about, many times talk about turning points in your life. In the bowling alleys, there was a left-handed bowler that came he was a foreman at Clark Brothers Manufacturing. They manufactured big engines. And we had a flood in our city separating me from my work and my home. And the river overflowed, and all the young able-bodied men were called out to help build up the dikes, and we didn't build them up enough, and our homes were flooded, and they put me in a rowboat, then rowing into the second stories, taking people up to a high place, and then they give us pumps to pump out basements, and one day pumping them out, a man by the name of Caulfield. Andy Caulfield recognized me as the pin setter, and he said, "How did I come to work for Clark Brothers?" Well, I prayed about it. It was about 3 blocks from where I lived, and 8 miles to drive to work. So I went down and started working for him, and immediately I was drafted in the Army. In the oil fields, I didn't realize it. I was frozen to the job, but now induction. And probably that was the best thing that ever happened to me, because I left my home, left my roots. My brother gave me a daily guide, had a verse a day, a prayer a day, and a thought for every day, and I started memorizing those verses. The very first one is Genesis 28:15, as Jacob was leaving home, God through the angel said, "And I will be with thee, and I will keep thee in every place whither thou goest." And I started memorizing the verses in the verse a day, and I got beautiful verses. Then I met the Navigators in the service, and after 4 years, they liked me, I liked them, and so I went to work with the Navigators.